That didn't smell very good.
If we ran Nintendo.
What is up, everybody, and welcome to episode 133 of If We Ran Nintendo. I am Bobby, the Nintendo Guru, joined by the greatest co-host in all the land, Mr. Sean Capri.
Bobby, Happy New Year, Bobby.
Happy New Year, Sean. Happy New Year. This goes out a little. Well, no, this will be a couple days before.
Is it New Year's Eve? What even day is it?
It's New Year's Eve.
Eve. It's okay. Yeah. Eve.
Yeah. Shout out to Toby's daughter, Evie.
I've been hearing a lot lately. People refer to this this time after Christmas, in between Christmas and New Year's, as like this no man's land, and I couldn't agree more. This year, probably more than ever. It's just like, what is happening? It's just like there's nothing going on. There's just this kind of like Christmas hangover kind of thing.
Pretty much.
We're just ready to end the year. Is that kind of it?
First off, I don't know how the heck you're doing it. Like, dude, I don't know how you can even attempt to go back to work after 3 weeks off.
Dude, it's been longer than that, man. Like I'm so out of whack right now. It's been, but
you're nuts.
It's gonna be a new job, man. It's gonna be new, so it's exciting.
I mean, that's good. Would it be crazy if like it was time to go back and they're like, yeah, we decided we didn't need that position filled.
Yeah,
and
man.
You're like,
moving to Mexico.
Hey, what's going on here?
Yeah. I think I would just move. I think I would have a complete mental breakdown.
Yeah.
And just like leave.
Here.
I would
leave Chelsea and the kids there. You come.
I would. I would just get in my car and just drive, man.
That's fine. No problem. No problem. There's no wall up there yet. So
that's true. That's true.
You just come down.
See how far I can get before somebody shuts my credit card off and everything.
As long as you get here, you're all right. You just get here, and then I'll take care of everything.
Yeah, is it snowing where you are? Is it snowing in New Jersey?
It's been raining every day like crazy.
Man, is that what we're not weird? It's supposed to be snowing for Christmas.
I'm kind of glad it's not snowing.
Oh my gosh, man! I think it was Grouchy Surge sent me posted a video. I think it was his son riding his bike in the streets, just like regular, like it looked like springtime.
The thing of it is, if it snows, I'm in trouble.
It's supposed to snow on Christmas. You're supposed to like.
That means I have to start leaving work early, and I don't want to do that yet.
What is Santa dressed up so warm for? If it's nice out everywhere.
Nobody said it's warm. Nobody said it's warm down here. I didn't say that.
Fair enough.
I just said it's raining.
Fair enough, man.
Sean, let's kick this episode off like we do each and every episode with our shout-outs.
Geek outs, yes. Oh my god. Time for the geek outs. Bobby, look at it. I got a new keyboard. I got a new mouse. This one's extra clicky.
So
I don't want to click any buttons because I'll stop the recording.
I was gonna just hit you with a little bit of this. I'm just gonna play this in the background for just a second.
You always have the right music for the right time, man.
Because my shout out goes to a Mr. Justin Smith-Williams. This is his music. So he said some very kind words to you and I this week.
Mm-hmm.
After we did If We Ran Nintendo, and then I was like, I didn't even realize that he was like you see names pop up occasionally, and then I was like, who is this guy? And I went and did a little research. He's an artist. He's got a bunch of it looks like he does a lot of Christian music, but everything that I listen to is really fantastic. This song is called One Shot. It's available on iTunes. If you get a chance, man, go check it out. Just go give him a little listen. Go just, let me stop
Just a little listen. Just go
give it a little listen. If you feel so inclined, throw like 99 cents at him or whatever. But man, I just want to say this. Like, thank you for the kind words last week. It really meant the world to me. Because every now and again you get those new faces, and they're really inspiring. Because you hit these points sometimes where you think like nobody's listening.
Yeah,
it's just. We know people are listening. I don't want to come off the wrong way, but like, it just feels like sometimes you're talking to such a small circle, and you don't recognize or you don't realize there's actually people that just listen and never comment or never say anything. And that was no different than when CJ reached out to us the one time, and I was just like,
I know.
like, Like this is crazy. Player One
Mhm.
podcast, if
Mhm.
those who don't know, and I was just like, holy crap, this is amazing. You know what I mean? Like so. But thank you, Justin. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
So,
that's why I shut down We the Gamercast, because people stopped telling me that they liked it. So I just
oh, you
I'm
know
out of here.
what, dude? You are.
I'm just kidding.
You
I'm just
are.
kidding, man.
Man, I listened to that episode, dude, and I was just, oh man, that was a little bit of
That was hard.
emotional ride, man.
That was hard. You know what though? Shout
You
out to.
cheated. You cheated a lot with a lot of musical stuff.
How is that cheating?
That's cheating. You don't throw musical stuff in. It's supposed to be you talking and
I
stuff.
thought it was nice, man. You know what? It's just you can.
Don't tell me that. Don't tell me what it was.
Last
I
week,
was.
you know what I'm surprised at?
So
Can I just say
happy
I was
for more
surprised.
Sean, and then I get music.
The music was nice. I told a lot of people to just shut the f up last week about the whole like Smash business or whatever. I think wasn't it? I can't remember. I was telling a lot of people to shut the f up. I just repeat it over and over and over again. I got like zero backlash. Like nobody was upset about that. So that was kind of strange. But shout out to Adam Leonard. Shout out to Justin Masson. Shout out to a lot of people who sent in like amazing. And shout out to you for your tribute to We the Gamer Cast. But if it wasn't for Adam and his songs and his audio clip that he sent in, like I didn't know what I was gonna do with it until I heard that, and I'm like, I know exactly what to do now.
He started singing, and I was just like, "What is happening right now? Like, what is happening to this show right now? Like,
what are you being a dink for?
No,
it was nice.
I'm just saying, no.
I showed my mom. She cried.
No, because no, because it came so out of nowhere.
Yeah,
like he's just talking genuinely, and the next thing you know,
then he picks up his guitar and his band shows up.
I'm like, what is happening here, man? Like this.
It was amazing.
Awesome.
It was amazing.
It was good. He's such a. You know what? Him and Alex Van Aken, can they just disappear in 2019? They should not. These people should not be this talented.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing how like both of them.
It's intimidating. It really is.
Oh, it is. It is.
You see people.
Everything Van Aken touches is gold.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see like Adam starts to revitalize his website.
Megadeth's on another level, man.
Like, oh my god, dude, it's insane, dude. It's insane. Mm-hmm. 2019 is the year to Megadeth. I think. I really do. I
thought 2018 was it. Like, hopefully they can't. They got enough. They talked to Corey Barlog this year.
I think it's the year they really explode. Is this year? I really do. I feel.
I agree.
In my heart of hearts, I believe it.
I haven't heard that in a long time.
I know, because you make fun of me when I say stuff, and then I gotta change up my dialogue.
Is that a new what do you call that? Do you call it a toque or a hat, or what do you call that?
A beanie.
A beanie. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You got it for Christmas?
No, I just bought it.
Just get a little.
I didn't get much for Christmas this year, Sean.
Okay.
My Santa. I divorced my Santa Claus, so I didn't get much for Christmas.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's okay.
I've learned to accept the demise of holidays around these parts.
Oh, I don't like this. You say it jokingly.
You know,
I don't like it.
It felt very weird this
I'm
year.
sure it did.
I will be honest with you. I just didn't want to do anything. I basically just kicked all the traditions I ever did for the past 10 years out the door, and I'm just like, I'm not doing any of that stuff.
2019, new stuff.
2019 is my year, dude. 2019 is my year. I'm gonna do a video next week. Well, probably this weekend. That'll kind of kick it off and just be like, okay, this is what we're doing.
Hey, shout out to by the way, Breaking Bells.
Oh, dude,
launched this week. You want to talk about that?
You know what, man? It came out really good. I listened to that episode 1 with Burgability. Holy crap, man, dude! It was such a good episode. You know what happened? It was funny because I was listening to it today, and I was like, dude, this is like if we ran Nintendo.
Oh, snap.
Where we're talking about stuff that we want, and we're like, this is never going to happen. This is never going to happen. But it was such... What I realized very quickly with that show is, man, that was the move for that show. To take it to a guest-driven show. Mm-hmm. And you just talk to other people about how they got into the game, what it means. So, because here's the thing, like this, and I talk about this a couple times this past week. The thing for me is, people will always ask me, Like I've had Jacob Rush come at me. I've had Todd Oxford come at me. Like, why should I play this game? Why should I even get on board? And I don't know how to tell people how to get on board. And the crazy thing is what I've learned over doing so far. I've done 9 episodes with people. So far I got 9 episodes in the can. And what I've learned by doing these episodes are everybody says the same thing. We don't know why. You don't know how to explain to people how to get into Animal Crossing or why you should care about the game or why you should get into it. But every single one of us, we're in the same boat where we're like, we don't want nothing to do with this game. Nope, not for us. We don't want to be a part of it. And then next thing you know, you're just roped in. Like you find that one entry point, that one thing you're kind of into, and then the next thing you know, everything just falls into place and you start to fall in love with that game. So I think there's a charm about that game that just, if you just open the door a little bit and you're not paying attention, it can suck you in big time. So Bergability did a fantastic job. Episode 1, episode 2, because the shows will actually air on Thursdays moving forward. I just did like a Christmas drop, which, by the way, I gotta say this: you did something on purpose. You moved We the Gamer Cast, and I think you did that for me because I had told you I was going to air mine on Monday, and you moved yours to Tuesday. We the Gamer Cast normally didn't go on Tuesdays, did it?
No, it was on Monday. It dropped on Monday, but it was late. It didn't drop at like midnight, so I don't even remember what ended up happening. But I think I was up for some reason in the middle of the night, and I'm like, why hasn't it dropped yet? And I looked on my phone, it hasn't dropped, and I prepped the whole thing, and I didn't upload the audio file apparently, and I thought so it must not have like hit feeds quite a bit later.
It didn't hit my feed, and it actually didn't hit my feed until Tuesday.
Yeah, because if you've gone to work, or if anybody gone to work and like they don't have Wi-Fi or whatever, like of course. So yeah, no, that was 100% by mistake, but it's just that's where I'm at these days, Bobby. I'm uploading podcast. I'm like, this is a big deal, it's the finales, everything, and I did it wrong. I messed it up. So what else?
But the thing of it is like, so it's going to go up on Thursdays. So Fiona McKinnon will be this week, and then N64 Josh is next week.
It's not even fair, man.
And dude, I'm telling you, it is hilarious. Great episode. That dude is awesome.
Breaking Bells.
So Breaking Bells, check it out.
All right, maybe I will.
Okay, so we got them shout outs out of the way.
Yep,
they're all done.
Yeah, we did that. Yeah, they're all done.
Time to go, Sean. No, we gotta. Today we reached out to a couple. Well, Sean did. I didn't. Sean reached out to people via the Twitter and basically said, like, throw some topics at us. We got a whole bunch of topics. So what I want to do is I want to grab 2 topics.
Yep.
We're going to do them, but don't think that we're not going to do your topic if you threw it at us. The game plan is over the next few weeks.
We've got topics for all of 2019, man.
Oh my god, man! There's just like
Josh Stapleton's got us covered through March at least.
Yeah, so I want to basically grab Tony Baker's was fantastic.
Yep.
But I want to spend more time on that and think about that and weigh in more on that before I just throw it out there. So that'll probably get.
Well, what was it that you said before we started recording about Tony Baker's?
I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah, you said it was good. It was said it was so good, but I don't want to think today.
Yeah, it's so good, but I don't want to think.
Yeah. No.
I just want mindless, stupid.
We just need like.
So I went with Brendan Myers and Todd Oxford. No, I'm just kidding. Now there's some good topics too. I mean, like I felt like that. I feel like Tony Baker's. It's going to take some processing and getting it.
No, right. Man, it was it was so good, and we gotta. I want to hit that. I want to hit that out of the park, as they say.
Okay, you clean that up a little. A minute there, I was just like, what are you doing here, Sean? Different in the time frame. You can't be telling you to hit things, like that. Like it's just like, come on. Okay, so Brendan Myers, he throws a question at us. Says, if we ran Nintendo, how would we make the Nintendo Switch more enticing for those who are waiting for a specific game and make them buy a Switch sooner? So the thing is, in my opinion,
it's hard to believe people don't have a Switch yet. Like,
I think Christmas time really,
of course,
brought in a lot of people, man. Dude, this is no lie. Christmas night, I had 3 phone calls from family members that had bought their kids, my cousins, a Switch for Christmas, and they were having like hookup issues, or they were having.
Why isn't Fortnite working?
No, the funny one was, why isn't Splatoon working? My little cousin Luke, he loves Splatoon.
Yeah.
So they bought him a Switch. They bought him Splatoon 2. Why isn't Splatoon 2 working? It says the internet's not there, and I'm like,
And you need Switch Online.
Switch Online.
What like?
So
and they make that message so confusing too.
Yeah, they do.
I remember running into that at your house.
I blame. This is the truth. I blame whoever they bought it from. Like, it should be ingrained in you to go, hey, you're buying Splatoon 2. You need to buy online, or something needs to be in the packaging. Like, okay, Nintendo, you're
Does
not
it come with
that?
That's a good point. Did they?
No.
Is there anything in the packaging that gives you like a free week trial or anything? I mean, no, you get 30 days as soon as you get
7 days. You get 7 days. You
that's right.
get a 7-day trial. Yeah. So they're trying it out for the week. But I said to them, it's only $20, and they were my cousin was just like, yeah, that's $20. That's nothing. That's no big deal. I mean, that was the answer to anybody that came to me with that. I was like, oh, it's only $20. Who cares? I had another friend come to me and say, hey, I bought it. I bought my kid a Switch, and I like it so much that I want to buy one for myself.
Nice.
But I don't want to rebuy all the games. What do I got to do? I was like, well, you need to get in the family plan. So that way you can download games across the board, and you don't have to worry about that nonsense. So, and then my other cousin, she was having my aunt was having a hard time getting my cousins to hook to the TV. So then they were like, Bobby, we need you to kind of tech talk us.
You should do a video on that, Bobby. You should take all those questions and be like, this is...
I think so too, because there was a lot of stuff that people were like, what do I do? They don't know what to do. And I thought about it too. Like, the other thing I thought about was like, hey, I have a Switch now. Now what do I buy?
Yeah.
What do I get? What do I do? Like, and I wanted to kind of do like, these are a couple of games I would say you get. These are some peripherals that you should get. This is how you should hook it up. These are some things you got to do. And
avoid those third party docs. I heard Donnie Reese's horror story about his. He's got a mix of a melange of docs around his house. He's got 2 third party ones and then 2 OEM ones, and I can't remember if it was his or his son's. Doesn't work now on the Nintendo branded Switch docs. It only works on the third party stuff. It is so strange, and they're like, I know a lot of people talking to him are like, that's got to be just working, like putting them into the third party things. And it's like, man, you got to stay clear of those things. It's unbelievable that they even allowed to sell them.
They're not where you want to be.
It's crazy.
They are not where you want to be at all. I would not listen. I know that the Nintendo docks are a little pricey. They're $80. I have 3
That's
of them.
insane. That's crazy.
I have 3. So I understand the whole thing, the whole issue with it. I know they're a little pricey, but it's worth it in the long run. Because here's the problem. You can't send that back to Nintendo because you've voided the warranty.
Man.
If it's not an officially licensed dock, forget about it.
Never mind that. Like all the things that you lose, everything. I saw another guy, Pete Scarrett, on Twitter, go off just a rant because he bricked his 3DS and can't, like, the only process for the games there is like you have to take one 3DS and transfer it to the other, but you can't transfer it if it's dead. And so he's just furious about all these things that he's lost. It's just ridiculous.
Should have backed it.
But I want to loop this all back. To like the thing that you kind of started the show.
Real quick, the one thing I want to say for that though is he should have backed it up to the computer. You can with them.
With the 3DS?
With that one. With the 3DS, it's not that big a deal.
Man, I should probably do that.
So if he's listening, I don't know if he listens. Twofold issue. If you didn't back up your save states, you might have an issue. But all you got to do is take the SD card, move that over, link the Nintendo account to the new 3DS, and then go back into the eShop and re-download all the games. The 3DS is a little bit more secure than the Switch. The Switch is a little bit more dangerous.
God,
although now with cloud saves, everything's a little bit better. But the 3DS wasn't that bad. There was a time it was worse. But I understand he's a little upset, and it's a little frustrating.
But let's go back, because I think that this topic is actually, it ties into the shout out that you had, where it's like it's sometimes hard to imagine or believe that after doing something for so long, like we've been doing this show for 3 years or something like that.
Almost 3 years now.
Coming up on 3 years. On and off, you know. Switch has been out for coming up on 2 years, I guess.
2 years, yep.
You know, and so it's hard for me to believe that I feel like at this point we would have brought in all the new listeners that we're ever going to bring in. And for the Switch, it's like you'd think by this point that anybody who's ever going to buy a Switch has bought it, but that's not the case. So we're always getting new listeners in, so that's awesome. And Switch is always getting in new people. So it's like, to Brendan Meyer's point, like, what is it? If you haven't bought a Switch at this point, if Mario Odyssey and Zelda and Fortnite and all the Nindies and everything else that's come out hasn't been enough, then like, what is it? Like, how do you make it more enticing for somebody to just make the decision at this point? I think this is a really interesting topic.
Yeah, I think number one, I feel like the next big hit for an influx of new people on the Switch is Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
But that's probably the last one. I mean, unless they go back and they bring back a Zelda, and like, there's not many system sellers left in their arsenal. So once that happens, I feel like it then becomes, you become more reliant on third parties to help push that narrative. And then what can essentially do that? Mm-hmm. I feel like they're missing the boat on Kingdom Hearts, because I feel like Kingdom Hearts could have been a game
my gosh, no kidding,
to definitely bring people over. But what entices people to come over? And to me, it's, you tie in with third-party consoles and you do special editions.
Yeah.
You make it an important reason for people to buy. Listen, if it's me, I'm going right to Rockstar and I'm going, guys, we have to have GTA 5 on this thing. And not only do we have to have GTA 5, we want to make a special edition console of GTA 5. Mm-hmm. We're going to do the dock, the Joy-Cons, the back plate, everything. We're going to make this thing spectacular, because I feel like GTA 5 is one of those games that continues to chart every single week, every single month. It's always in the top 10. It's just one of those games that people continue to buy and continue to push. And I feel like that's something that you have to look at. Like, that was something like the Nintendo let the Minecraft generation kind of slip through the cracks on the Wii U, and they came very late to the party. And it's like, okay, GTA 5, you're definitely very late to the party. However, if you could just get that game on the Switch, which is a no-brainer, it was on the 360, it was on the PS3, get that game on the Switch, and then turn around, do a special edition. I feel like that can do an influx. But to kind of answer the question in a nutshell, I don't know, other than a price drop.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. Like, let's try to address, like, what are the objections? Like, what do you still hear from people who are like, no, I don't really want a Switch. Like, I don't look at the Switch and go, like, that's prohibitively expensive. Right?
No, I don't either.
I think it's priced absolutely perfectly, actually.
Yeah, I think $300 is a very fair price for it. The only thing that I would potentially do, if this is me, Nintendo did it in Japan, kind of, where they were selling a dockless Switch. Yeah. I think at this point, the answer is, how do you get people to buy a second Switch? And you don't need a dock. You don't need a second dock. You know what I mean? Like, so I feel like that's the number one. And what I would do is, it costs $80. Drop the Switch by $80.
Yeah.
At least 50. At least drop it by 50. Or turn around, sell it for $300, but pack it in with a game. Pack it in with Zelda. Pack it in with Mario Odyssey. Something, and go, hey, we're going to sell it for $300. It's not going to come with a dock, but you're going to get a game. And this is what it is. Because on most Switches, at the when they do the tie-ins, like Mario Kart and all of them, they're digital games, and the consoles are more expensive. They typically don't sell it at $300 flat. So I would get rid of, honestly, if it was me, I would probably get rid of the Joy-Con grip, and I would get rid of the dock. Those would be the two items that I would get rid of to try to get it down to about $100. Because
why don't you get rid of the power supply as well? You know, just like the new 3DS.
No, I wouldn't do that.
I'm just kidding.
I know. I feel like
terrible idea.
That's something Nintendo would probably try to do, and I feel like that's a mistake. But for me, I feel like if you get rid of the dock, you get rid of the Joy-Con grip, you probably got about $100 to play with right there. that you can get out of the box.
Yeah.
Now you're sitting there and you go, here's a $300 console, here's a $200 console. Think about it, man. That's an impulse buy all day long. And at the same time, you might have some gamers that are just really handheld gamers that might go, you know what? It's worth it for me to do.
Bobby, I have a question for you. I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit here because I'm struggling a little bit, but maybe because I'm dumb and tired. How many Mario games do we have on the Switch? Like, how many? Mario Party. Odyssey. Maybe you count Smash. Like, maybe, I don't know. That's not really...
Maybe Smash.
Right.
But, okay. You got Mario Kart.
Okay.
Mario Rabbids.
Yep.
So that's 5.
And what do we have kind of like on... I guess the point that I'm getting to is, like, we need a little bit more Mario, I think. Like, we need a little bit more, like... Even if you had to go backwards, even if you had to be in a place where you're getting Mario Galaxy remastered, or the Mario All... I'm sorry?
Next week we're getting another Mario game.
Which one?
Mario Deluxe. The 2D one.
Oh, right. Okay, well, that's kind of the point, I guess, is like going back in the catalog, you're right. I didn't realize that was next week already.
Yeah, that's actually next week till my birthday.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
Are you excited about it? Is that maybe a thing? Like maybe
about my birthday?
No,
about
really.
No, I'm just kidding. No, I am. I am excited about it because I do want to spend a little bit of time back on that game. The game, if memory serves me correctly, that game was very difficult. But I did enjoy my time with it.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited to jump back in and give it another go. But yeah, I'm listen, Mario 2D Mario games, like I can get into them all day long.
Yeah, man.
They're exciting. They're fun. But I get what you're saying. Like I like, is it time to do some remasters or bring some stuff back? You know, I don't know. I don't know if that's the answer. It may be the answer. It might be a way to tickle nostalgia and get people to jump back on board.
I think I mentioned last week, like for 2019, I'd love for them to just totally surprise us with a virtual console. I think that's absolutely. Yeah. I'm gonna bring it back up again. Like that would definitely bring people back up to speed. But again, like it's just if you haven't bought it now, like what the frick, man, you know?
Well, you gotta think.
But I think Josh Stapleton brought up another point. I think he was talking to the guys over at Nintendo Shack, saying like there's a lot of big games, but none of them speak to him, and I'm kind of with him on that a little bit. Like I mean, I'll probably end up playing Animal Crossing, but like my gaming has changed a lot lately. Like I don't know if I'm gonna be all into Animal Crossing like it was last time because I just don't have that ability to like be balls deep committed to a game anymore. And then Pokemon, I'm not really sure. I feel like those are kind of like the two big things.
That's another
Fire Emblem, real Fire Emblem, if that actually
true.
drops this year, is kind of a big deal.
So there's 3 games that are probably going to help push the system. Animal Crossing, definitely. Fire Emblem, and then a mainline Pokemon game. I keep thinking that like what came with Let's Go is it, but I forgot they're going to have another Pokemon this year.
Yeah.
And it's a mainline Pokemon, Gen 8. So people lose their mind. Like Pokemon fans are going to lose their mind over that.
Yeah. Oh, what do you think about? I wanted to before we jump on. I'm all over the place, and I apologize. But Microsoft did a weird experiment this year, and I think the limited time offer is ending pretty soon here, where they combined I think they called it All Access. You can buy like on a monthly plan or some sort of contract kind of deal that you did. You pay like $20 or $30 a month, and you get an Xbox One X and Gold and Xbox Game Pass. And I don't know if that's something that Nintendo could play with. I feel like this is something
Nintendo
only a desperate, only the third place one kind of does.
Has to mess with something like that. They are in really good position right now.
Yeah,
I don't think they need to even listen. They were
maybe that's part of
the Christmas.
Maybe that's part of the answer to Brendan Meyer's question. Is like, how do you make it more enticing? You don't have to at this stage. Yeah. Like you really do you have to do anything crazy?
Okay, so here's
don't
the thing
mess it up.
Me. Here's the thing for me. I haven't talked to many people that were like, there's not much on there that I want to play. I don't hear anybody saying that.
Yeah.
Like anybody that hasn't got it yet that I spoke to is more a financial situation. It isn't even a situation that you can't find in stores.
Yeah.
Because Nintendo's done a hell of a job of getting them in the stores. Which, by the way, everybody always says that Nintendo does this artificial scarcity. Like it shows that they were prepared for this one, that they knew that this thing needed to be set up for success, and the first 6 months they struggled. I haven't heard a hiccup since. Like, this thing's been out all the time. Now, I haven't gone to the stores since Christmas, so I don't know what supplies look like in the stores. But I know when I went to Best Buy, they had a stack of consoles on the floor.
Yeah, as they should at this point. And
Right
you can't do a thing like
PlayStation and Xbox.
you can't publicly say we're going to sell 20 million units and then not have any in stock.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you got to have it.
So yeah, it's not a
Plus
matter
the
of
other
like
thing-
price. It's not a matter of games. Did you hear this rumor that The Witcher 3 is coming?
No, I didn't hear that.
And apparently, it's got some weight to it. I feel like that's another thing that maybe Nintendo can do. And I feel bad too. We didn't really even pay homage to Damon Baker, our favorite Nindy champion, left Nintendo. Actually, I don't know if you
Yeah.
saw that. He went on to another
I did
project.
see that. I did see that.
So
but
there's
he
a
hasn't
there's a
said
bit
what
of a
he's doing yet, so.
bit of a gap there for Nintendo to fill.
Yeah.
But like, are there games like Witcher 3? Are there genres that are missing? We've
I would
talked
love
about
to see. Well, because here's the thing: if Witcher, this is what I feel. I feel if Witcher 3 comes and does well,
yeah.
then there's a strong possibility we could start getting these Arkham games making their way back over.
Yeah, man.
And I feel like that's something that definitely has to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so here's the thing. For me personally, right? Arkham games make me buy consoles. I bought a PS4 just for Arkham.
Yeah.
And when I looked at, here's the thing. When I looked at the PS4, I didn't buy one for 2 years. I looked at it and was like, the only thing that's going to make me buy a PS4 is Arkham Knight. And when it hit, I bought the special edition PS4 and I was good to go and I was set. I'm sure there's people that are probably looking at Nintendo in the same light.
Mm-hmm.
I know the Animal Crossing community. There's a lot of people like one of my favorite streamers on Twitch, Lizabelle. She does Animal Crossing streams. She's just buying a Switch now. It was a financial thing. They just couldn't come up with the money to do it. And there is a portion of the population that is like that.
Of course.
That are struggling to
It's a luxury item, of course.
Yeah.
I already feel bad for saying like it's not prohibitively expensive. Like that's kind of a dick thing to say. So I want to roll that back a little bit because it depends on everybody's situation.
To some degree, it's not, but to some degree, it is.
I think what I meant was like in the world of video games, like when you've got a $500 whatever Xbox One X and you got the pros and VRs and everything like that. I think in that landscape, it's good. I just want to like clarify because I think I was a little flippant about that.
No, I got what you were saying, but I'm glad you clarified it. So for me, when I look at it, I go, this isn't, like, there's people out there that it's just a financial thing. So maybe the answer is to do the dockless one.
Sure.
Find a happy medium. Now, there is the rumor that the Pro, the 2.0, whatever you want to call it, is on the horizon for 2019. I feel like if that is a definite, if that happens, Nintendo has to offer 2 SKUs, treat it like an iPhone, treat it like an iPad. You knock $100 off this thing immediately.
Mm-hmm.
You put it up for sale, and then you keep the other one priced what it is, and that's just the way it is. And I think at that point, anybody that's not really sure will jump onto the older model, but at the same time, you'll sell the newer model to everybody that wants to upgrade.
Yeah,
I will be there day one, like an idiot.
I know, right?
Upgrading it. You know what I mean? Like,
I honestly can't believe we haven't heard anything official about that yet. That's like everybody kind of expects it. It's not really going to be that surprising when it happens.
But there's a reason. You're rolling into Christmas. Do you really want to taint your Christmas sales?
I suppose.
You know what I mean? Like, if you turn around and they go, hey, we got this new thing coming this summer.
Yeah.
Brand new console. We're going to talk about it in the year. There'd have been a lot of people that wouldn't have bought a Switch.
E3 is going to be big for them, man. E3, especially with Sony bowing out, like this is an opportunity for them to really step up.
This is a year for Microsoft and Nintendo to explode.
I can't wait. I can't wait for them to breathe new life into E3. Like for this year to be, it's a do or die, I think, for E3 and for a lot of people at E3, where like if there's an opportunity to show what it can be now that everybody thinks that it's dead and all those things.
Yeah.
And then yeah, for them to have something to show. I've got three kind of things that I've been kind of like ruminating about here. One thing that is a huge miss on the Switch, I think, that could really recapture. I used to love playing all my sports games on Nintendo consoles.
Yeah.
So if actually this kind of like rolls into kind of my second one a little bit here too, where special deals with third parties. If Nintendo and EA really get into bed together, and you have some like Madden, like I want to coach, and I want to from PSVGOT, he would go nuts if they had, and people like him, people who just play sports games, if you had like a special Madden or FIFA or something like that, something better than just like we might as well just crap something over there.
Something, man. Here's the thing. I was talking about this week to Carrie. Her and I were having a conversation because Sims 4. She was like, "Is that coming to Switch?"
Oh, I know. No, right? It hasn't been announced.
Like,
I know. I remember. I called that. I predicted that for E3 last year. Yeah, man. That's
I don't understand EA's issue. Man. I really don't.
That's like Sims. That's a good call.
Like, why would that game not be there day one?
That is such a Nintendo game.
It is. Like, it makes no. It's on PS4.
Mm-hmm.
It's on Xbox, I believe.
Yeah.
Why in the hell would you not bring that?
Yeah.
Makes no sense to me at all.
Yeah, Madden would be a big deal, and that. So the second thing
would be a big deal. Yeah.
And I mean, even as I roll into FIFA, I'm like, I don't know. Like maybe it's just not powerful enough, and the base of all these games, like they all play on like Frostbite or Infinity Engine or whatever. So maybe this is not meant to happen.
I look at EA and I go, you guys. I feel like they purposely do stuff to not sell games.
Yeah.
So that could be their answer why they don't bring stuff
Well,
over.
I mean, that doesn't make any sense.
Does it not? Because you didn't bring Unravel over either.
Yeah.
And that's a game that would have been perfect on the Switch.
Yeah, that's true.
Like you look at the games that would be... I look at games... Like, the other day, right? I forget the guy's name, but there's a game that hit the Switch called Demetrius. It's a point-and-click adventure. Very, very adult-oriented, kind of weird, kind of quirky, and he was kind of complaining that the sales weren't there for the Switch. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, well, the game's not for the Switch audience for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't feel like that's like that game is a PS4 game. Like when I looked at that game, I just felt like this screams Steam, PS4 all day long. This doesn't scream a Nintendo audience whatsoever. Those walking simulators, point and clicks, that's not really a big thing on Nintendo. It's slowly starting to come around a little bit.
That's interesting. Yeah, where are the walking simulators?
Firewatch is on there now, and that game
I guess kind of come around.
Is
that game's okay.
Did
you ever play it?
I played it last night on Switch.
Oh, did you?
So, yeah, I was streaming it last night on Switch.
Oh, I'm sorry I missed it. What'd you think? It's
good.
Is this your first time playing Firewatch, or are you comparing versions?
I tried it
here?
on the PS4.
Yeah.
Was nauseous after an hour.
Oh, yeah.
Now, this one I made it through quite a bit further. I was actually wearing my C-bands on this one. And so I went into I made it to chapter 2, which is much further than I did in the first one.
Nice.
But I started to get a little bit of a headache, and I was like, all right, so I stopped it at that point. Voice acting, phenomenal.
Of course.
Story is so far really, really good. Man, the whole Alzheimer's thing and all that, like, man, that whacked me in the side.
Oh, I know the reason why he's there.
Emotional.
Why I know it's
I was getting emotional when I was reading it, and I was like, "Holy cow, guys, this is brutal." Man.
Maybe I want to play that again. I know all the twists and everything.
But I felt like it wasn't perfect on the Switch. Little jankiness.
Was it? I think that was.
Yeah, but there was jankiness on the PS4 version.
I think it's the same.
Really threw that at Nintendo for the Switch. Anyway.
Okay, well, the other thing it kind of rolled into is like, I want to see more of the sort of Ubisoft type of relationship where you have exclusive content, right? So again, looking at how PlayStation did so well and basically just murdered the Xbox this generation. You had deals for like Battlefront and Call of Duty and Destiny. Like they had partnerships with like the biggest games. So that's the one thing that they haven't really done with Ubisoft. These are not juggernaut games and Mario and Rabbids and Starlink, but there's kind of like this special twist on it. Nintendo's not going to be the one that does exactly the same thing. Like, well, you get your DLC content first on Nintendo Switch, although maybe there's an element there. But I would like to see a little bit more of if there's a natural tie-in for you to get. I don't even know what the game is. Maybe it isn't like Madden, and you get special like Mario colored jerseys or something silly like that. Like it'd be really interesting to see, kind of like with Minecraft, and you get the Mario skins. You get just a little bit more of Nintendo franchises making their way into third-party stuff, and it's like that's the reason why you buy that game there. I think is a cool little twist on the exclusivity part of either DLC or access or whatever else.
The one thing I would probably do, the hottest game right now is Fortnite.
Yeah.
So why not something with Epic?
Seriously.
Because if you did something where it was like, even if it was something as far as to go like this particular
go through your whole Smash lineup.
Yeah, you can only get this outfit if you buy a Nintendo Switch.
That would be
that
crazy.
Code, because don't tell. Okay, so here's the thing: people are gonna be like, "Oh, that's crazy." Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now. They have a Galaxy costume.
Yeah.
The only way to get that Galaxy costume is to have a Galaxy Note 9. So don't tell me that that's a crazy thing that nobody will buy this thing. Trust me, people will do it, and that would be to me that's a huge answer to getting people that if they're kind of on the fence to go like, man, I'm a big Fortnite fan, and this you're telling me they're gonna have Mario overalls and like that would be awesome. That would be awesome.
I got another one that I just kind of thought of because we're just going to keep going with this because there's a lot of things that you can do. I also remember back in the day when you'd kind of like Trojan horse things in. So everybody, a classic example is Crackdown. You bought Crackdown, but people didn't buy Crackdown to play Crackdown. They bought Crackdown to play a beta or a demo or early access of Halo, right? So I think that would be really interesting. You have you have the Switch, buy the Switch now, and you get early access or beta access or something to the new Pokemon. Like we know kids are going to be buying this new Pokemon game, but like why would we wait until it gets announced or when it gets released? Sell it now, and then later there's going to be, of course, a special Pokemon edition that those kids will go buy that one as well. Like it's some of those tricky things you can get people into. Like,
I'm surprised they didn't do something like that for Smash.
Yeah,
especially with the online, man. The online is struggling right now. So it would have been nice to have them do something to fix that.
Especially with their big goal. Like really, we're talking about all this just to try and bring in new people. We're not even really talking about it to like get to the goal of like 20 million units in 2019 or something like that. But I think if you look at it in that light, you might be a little bit more aggressive in your strategy. So there's that. My last thing is way crazy. This is like totally bonkers, Bobby, if you'll let me. I think it would be amazing. Remember when we were so excited there's going to be like a merging of Nintendo accounts? You're just going to have like access to all the games and all the things you've ever bought. It's going to know if you bought it in one place or another. It'd be crazy if they just allowed you to play your 3DS games on your Switch now. Merge those two worlds and people who have just been playing this. So the idea there is to bring all the people who've just been holding onto their 3DS this whole time, bring them on over. All your games work over here, and then of course all the other things, like something nuts like that. It's obviously like Nintendo would never be able to pull it off. That's what I would do, Barry Myers.
I think the hardest struggle is you'd have to revamp a lot of games because of the two screens.
Yeah,
but man, if you could make it happen,
I just feel like Nintendo is better at backwards compatibility than people give them credit for. We slam them all the time for making us buy things over and over again, and I think rightfully so. But like they do magic stuff all the time. They got like Game Boy games playing on your Super Nintendo and just weird stuff. You got adapters, all these things kind of clicking together. I feel like that is in their wheelhouse to do.
I agree. I'm with you.
Yeah, something like a Wii U or something, just to bring everything kind of into one place.
Yeah.
Backwards compatibility is really the thing that kind of like separates people, and that's if you're gonna try and sell more units, just you want to do the opposite, bring everybody together.
Yeah, I mean that's truthfully, you want to try to get people. I mean, look, they've already been doing the Wii U stuff and kind of beating the dead horse on it. Yeah, honestly.
But do that for the virtual console for that. Like if you announce virtual console, whatever you bought before comes forward as well.
I'm curious what a game I'm curious, like, what a game like Witcher 3 or Persona 5 does
That'd be a
for
big one.
Nintendo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I said, they kind of missed the Kingdom Hearts thing a little
Hmm.
bit. Now they do have a whole lot of Final Fantasy games coming.
Yeah. I was
I
gonna
mean,
say
like,
RPGs are coming back in a big bad way.
oh my God,
And
Square is dropping everything on the Switch.
yeah,
Like it's going crazy.
yeah.
We also have Dragon Quest 11 coming this
Hmm.
year, which is going to be a big one for it. Um, and then I'm curious if a new Monster Hunter hits
Yeah.
because you know what I mean. Like that's another big one that could push more consoles. And the thing's still moving in Japan like
Yeah,
crazy.
it's such a weird thing. So I've been kind of like dancing around a little bit of Brendan Meyer's question because I think he referred to like a specific game that might make somebody take the plunge and buy a Switch, and I don't know that there's really an answer for that because like you said, there's so many games that have come out. I don't know that there's anything that we like. Should we be looking through a
He's just
catalog of other
basically
games?
saying he's basically saying what would do to make it more enticing.
Yeah,
And I really feel like this isn't the time to tinker with the formula. If I ran Nintendo, I would just be like, okay,
release the games.
we're selling games like crazy. We're
Yeah,
selling games like crazy. The attach rates are through the roof.
yeah,
Unheard of attach rates. Like Sony and Xbox would die to have the attach rates that Nintendo has right now. Like it's nuts
yeah,
right now. So you look at that, right? And then like I was just looking at the charts. Zelda's back up to number 6.
yeah.
Like coming off of Christmas, it's back at number 6 on the. That's just digital. That's not including physical.
Well, because
So
it doesn't change when the Switch first came out. The first game people bought was Zelda, and now that
Yeah.
a load of people bought it, it was the most successful Black Friday or whatever season. The first game people are picking up is Zelda, of course.
Yeah.
So that's. I mean, it is surprising, but at the same time,
It's
when
a,
you think about it,
it's a
it's not.
no-brainer, honestly,
Yeah.
for me. But it's just shocking. You just keep thinking like, okay, it's done. It reminds me of when I was a kid and I used to read Nintendo Power, right?
Hmm.
And Nintendo Power had their top 10 charts. And you would see The Legend of Zelda just charting every single month.
Yeah.
Number one, number one, number one, number one. And the only game that would ever come in and knock it off the top was Super Mario.
Yeah.
And it was just, but even when Super Mario knocked it off the top, it was always like in the top 5 for
Mhm.
long periods of time. This just reminds me of that.
Yeah.
That like here we are, we're in this phase. So I really don't think if it's me and I ran Nintendo, I don't feel like there's anything that I would do because I don't feel like you need to entice people. If you're trying to make your forecast, that's one thing.
Yeah.
But in order to say that like people aren't buying the console, that's not necessarily true at all. I think
Mhm.
people are buying it in record. Well, it's obvious.
That's good context to have. It's not like we're trying to like turn things around. It's not like we're in a Wii U situation here. So it is. It's careful.
Different.
Like there's a lot of options, but then like it's just as important to choose which things that you do, as it is which things that you don't do.
Yeah. I think the one thing you do here at this point is you make people say to themselves, "Why don't I have a Wii U?" Like, what is it? Like, you kind of spin it like you don't have a Wii or you don't have a Switch.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Yeah, I messed up on
Yeah.
words. You don't have a Switch. Why don't you have a Switch? What are you talking about?
Mhm.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, so maybe there's some marketing you do.
That was
Some marketing campaigns.
We touched on it just a little bit with the E3 business, but I think Sony has been super quiet for a long time. I don't expect them to kind of take up their mantle again and shout from the rooftops why you should be buying it. Please, I think they should be actually having this conversation. If we ran Sony,
Yeah.
hey, Trophy Room, you guys should be having this conversation over there. Is
Yeah,
like,
because I think Sony's.
so I mean, I don't want to slam them, but I think take advantage of this. I think 2018 was great, and I don't know if we're gonna have a topic in the future of like, let's plan out like the directs. Like at what points, so like when do we have an indies, and when do we have like a major direct and all those types of things. But the voice, to your point of marketing, your share of voice is so important. So if you just have like this groundswell of like the people who are super excited about Nintendo will tune into the directs and then tell their friends and everything. You just have to make sure that you're always talking about stuff. And Nintendo's got enough exciting things happening, I think, in 2019.
Oh, they got so much good stuff.
Right? So all the things that we kind of mentioned here, just
Yeah.
make us excited about it. Like keep us engaged,
Yeah.
and everything else will be fine.
I agree.
That's a cool topic, man.
That was a good one. It ran us up to the wire, right? So we good, or we got how much time we got?
We could. Why don't you want to do a quick Josh Stapleton, the wrestling one?
No.
Did you see that?
No, because I can't think about that stuff.
It's pretty funny, man.
It's a good one, but it's not enough. Not enough.
Okay. Well, Josh, I'm sorry, I tried. Hey, shout out to Josh Stapleton and Cool Night. They revived.
They just refired up the what is it? The
Raising a Gamer. Yeah, it gave me the warm and tinglies inside. Just looking over at Lincoln, he's in love with Mario, man. It's just awesome.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
We got him a blanket. We got him like his big like Mario Odyssey blanket, and he just every time he sees Mario, like whether it's like on my computer screen or like the amiibo or whatever, he just points and he just smiles and he's just like he's getting all jittery and stuff. So we have this blanket and he points to just like his nose and he reaches and then I wrap the blanket around and he thinks this is the funniest thing in the world. So every time
the good thing, thank God, Todd Oxford too. Like Todd's always beating up Nintendo.
Yeah.
Thank God his kid Logan is straight up loves Nintendo. And thank God. Thank God we have good kids like that.
Yeah.
Because between you and Todd, you just make me sick to my stomach.
What did I do?
PS4s.
I have my Switch.
Yeah.
Play some Starlink and whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, how's Zelda going for you? You started up a new game for Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, man. Today I beat the 3rd shrine, but I wasn't streaming today, so I stopped because I want to save the whole.
What do you mean you beat the 3rd shrine? Like the abilities one? Like I saw you tackled Magnesis or whatever to get the magnet power. Is that what you mean? Oh, okay.
I beat the 4th shrine.
Okay.
Yeah, I get the bombs. So I did all the things and I get the paraglide. So I can go off of the plateau. So now's where the game ramps up.
Did I ever tell you the first time that I ever went paraglided off of the Great Plateau, I ran right into a Lionel.
No, you did not.
Like just like the first thing that I saw, I just got down there and just like what is this guy? Like what are the chances that was my?
I was thinking about that today. I was like, because I went to the final shrine of 2 was the one where all the dead guardians were on the outside.
Oh yeah. And
they'll pop up alive and they'll start shooting stuff at you.
Scared the crap out of me.
Yeah, man. And I tried to take.
No.
I tried to take one out, and I'm like, I'm doing no damage to them. They're not even moving. They're dead. Their heads are moving around, and I'm like, I can't even beat these things like this.
Yeah.
Like, how do people start this game up, run around, get to places, and then go to Ganon and beat Ganon? I don't get it. Although the one thing I know is if you can get to the castle, that's the hardest part is getting to the castle. Once you get to the castle, all the good weapons.
I'll just never know. I'll never know, Bobby. I'll just know. That's it.
Damn shame.
Yep. Maybe Lincoln will show me one day.
I'm liking it though. I'm liking it a lot.
Man.
So I can't wait to get in there and actually start just playing. Because Toby's the one that brought it to. Because he was saying like, I went back and played Zelda, and he goes, dude, I couldn't remember nothing.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember the moves. I couldn't remember how to do anything. And he's like, and I felt so good when I put that game down. In terms of like I was doing so good and being able to beat everything, and he's like, and now I just feel like, holy crap, dude, I can't beat it.
He's got the dad reflexes, man. He's sleep deprived. It's been a long time. Not in his favor. Good stuff. Oh, we forgot to say that we need more Kirby on the Switch. That's how you sell more.
That is all. Thank you guys for listening to another episode of If We Nintendo. You can follow Mr. Sean Capri over on the Twitters.
Sean Capri.
Sean Capri. Sean like Connery. Capri like the pants. You can follow me over on Twitter and Instagram at Nintendo Gurus. That is all. Peace out, Preston.
Sean Capri.